Hi students, it's Miss Murphy here, and today's video is going to help you set up an expression from a written sentence. I'm going to share my screen here so you can see what we're looking at. We are going to use the GeoGebra activity to help generate problems for let me just click new problem. So we're getting a new problem. You might need to click that a couple of times just to refresh the screen when you first open your homework assignment. And we're going to use this activity very uniquely. We're not going to use it as it is intended. So I don't want you to find what width is. I don't want you to find what length is. Eventually we will do that later on in unit 3 or 4 of this class. For right now, we're simply going to try to write the expression that matches this problem. And we're going to use the show hint button to check our work, okay? So as you're reading, try to come up with mathematical equations or expressions to represent what is written in sentence form and context. So suppose a rectangle has a perimeter of 726 feet. The information that I'm gathering from reading that is that the perimeter P is or equals 726. That's some information that we can use to help us find missing information such as width and length. And as I continue reading, we're going to write now an expression to represent the length. Okay, the length measures 23 feet more. And as I read that sentence, the word more is greater than or meaning to add a number to something to get it to be bigger. So when you see that word more, I want you to think about a plus sign. 23 feet more. So we're going to add 23 to something. Move your cursor back to the beginning. What is it that we're adding 23 to? Well, we need to keep reading to figure that out. And as we keep reading, it says 3 times its width. That means 3 multiplied by the width. So we can type 3W. So there's our expression. And remember, variables are variables. So if we want to do 3x plus 23, that would be just fine. That's actually preferred because now I can see a graph. And then to check our work, we're going to click show hint, show another hint, show one more hint until we get all the dimensions of the rectangle. And the one that we're trying to figure out is the longest piece of the rectangle, 3x plus 23. That's exactly what we have. So we know we have done it right. All right. And your job is to do 5 of these in a row and try to figure out the longest part of the rectangle. All right, let's try another one. I'm going to click new problem. Suppose a rectangle has a perimeter of 1,886. That information transcribes into a mathematical equation of P equals 1,886, just like that. Next, what is the length? Its length measures, so what we write here in box 2 is going to represent the length of the rectangle. It measures 313 feet more. There's that word again, more. So we're going to add, and we're adding 313 to something. So type it and then click your cursor back in front. And we're now going to think about what are we adding 313 to? 6 times its width. 6 multiplied. Times and multiplied are the same. 6 multiplied by the width. Again, you can use any variable you like. So if we use the x, it would look like this. And let's click our show hint buttons. And that is matching exactly what we see for the length of the rectangle. Good. All right, I'm going to click new problem. We're going to try one more. This one is different. Suppose a rectangle has a perimeter of 450 feet. So we know that P equals 450. What about the length? The length measures 21 feet less. Now, previously we read the word more and we put a plus sign. This is opposite of that. This is different. This is less, and the opposite of adding would be taking away or subtraction. So we're going to subtract 21 and then go back to the beginning. We have to think, what are we subtracting 21 from? Well, keep reading. 2 times its width. So 2 multiplied by W, and that's going to look like this. Let's check our answer just like we have on the others, and you can see we got that right. Okay, so again, we're not using these boxes over here. We're going to use those later on in the class. And we're just trying to get one dimension of the rectangle correct. Obviously, the top and bottom will match because it's a rectangle. They're the same length. And the left and right are always going to be just plain old X. So anyway, thanks for watching today. And I hope this video helps you get some homework problems done and helps you to understand them.